Welcome back to our Stony Creek journey. The meat chickens, it's time. They are 4 weeks and 2 days, and it's time to get them out in pasture. They are nearly fully feathered on their head. There's still a couple with little yellow bits, but it's time to get them out now. And Robert's been away for a couple of days, and so he's back and can help me get them all out. So we'll get them out in pasture, and we'll show you a little bit of that, and then we can start giving them a lot more grass, which will be great. What else? We'll show you a bit of gardening stuff this week now that we're into autumn. Show you what we've been doing around. These birds are interesting because they were from a different, we purchased them from different people this time, and they are a lot slower to grow out, we've noticed. We're down to 30 birds, so we started with 35. We've had 5 that haven't made it, which is more than last time. I don't know why, because we've done exactly the same thing.
Yeah, we haven't done anything different, have we?
But hopefully we won't have any more now that this one looks like it's trying to get out. But let's get these out. So we've got half them in here, and into the tractor they go.
Some of them are nice and plump.
Yeah, there's a couple of really small ones there, which is interesting.
Come here. That one's a small one.
Yeah. There you go, guys. Some grass. It's going to take a bit to get used to. Trying to come back. But we'll do what we did last time. We'll just keep them in the tractor, and then we'll pop a fence around them probably in 3 or 4 days once they get used to being out in the grass.
Hello.
This is going to be so much nicer than being in the brooder.
Yeah.
So much nicer for them. Right, we'll go and get the next lot.
And here is all the meat birds in there on grass now. So I think they're much happier here. They've got a lot more room to move around, and it's cleaner, and they can do what chickens do and scratch and root around.
Eat bugs.
Nice one. Another 4 or 5 weeks out here, moving around. This area here is our meat bird patch. The last lot of meat birds we did down that section that we're looking at, these meat birds are going to run that way and see what benefit they do to the ground and growing grass.
So I'm in the garden just picking some red peppers or capsicums, depends on where in the world you live. We're in towards, what are we, the 23rd of March. So we're in autumn now, and our peppers really, this is when they shine. This is when they're really at their best. They've gone to a beautiful red colour. So today I'm making a red pepper relish, a recipe from my sister. Thanks, Bron. Haven't made it before, but when you've got lots of beautiful peppers, I sometimes freeze them, but we use them lots in salads. But I thought, a relish will be good because it uses apples as well, and we've still got a few apples left. So we'll have a go at that today. There's a couple of little ones growing, but I don't think they'll make it. Maybe we'll see. But this year I'm going to try and overwinter these peppers in the garden. We do get frost, so my plan is to cover them. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll show you what else is happening in the garden. Have a look around. Most of the tomatoes sort of ending their time, as well as the cucumbers. Man, we've had some cucumbers this year. But we're planting some brassicas, so come over this way. Videographer, just watch. But we're still getting a couple of little squashes, which I think the nicest way to have those is roasted. We had those the other day. Zucchini's nearly finished. Made my last zucchini relish yesterday and my last tomato relish, and now it's time to put in all the brassicas. So I started putting in cabbages. We have to net everything for the white moth, butterfly moth thing. So, looks like there's a hole in that one. Better fix that. This broccoli here is actually one that has, because broccolis can go for 2 years if they look okay, and I've let this one go, so hopefully we'll get some sprouting broccoli from this one. So the brassicas are in. I'm planting more as seedlings. I'm doing some bok choy as we speak, because bok choy are great for the winter time. Yeah, a lot of these zucchinis. There's one there that's still going. Just started some more leeks, but we've still got some leeks going. The other thing I've started in the ground is some peas, some snap peas and some snow peas. I've also got some late potatoes in there to see if they work, but we've got lots of carrots to harvest, lots of broccoli to harvest, and I'm just succession planting more carrots and broccoli. And beautiful parsnips. These beautiful parsnips here I probably planted a couple of months ago, and a weed. I love parsnips in the winter time roasted. I'm also starting my broad beans in seedling punnets, and then I'll pop them out when they're a little bit older. And heaps of lettuces to harvest. These around the back here are my black-eyed beans, which I grow for dried beans, and they're nearly finished. Excuse my filthy fingernails, but they're really nice in the winter time in soups and stews. So I'll nearly finish that. Oh, look at this massive weed growing through the middle of it. And then heaps of little volunteer tomatoes everywhere, like these ones. These are what I call Joey's tomatoes. They're beautiful. They're really delicious. The chilies have taken a bit to grow. I harvested a red one the other day, but we've got some nice green ones growing. But they'll actually be right even into the first frost, so I'll just leave those. And I might try and overwinter this one as well, because they took a little bit to grow. Robert did buy me a couple of chili plants at the shop, and they're growing too, so they're going good. What else is happening? Down here, oh, that's my watering, don't mind that. Sweet potato, taking over the world again. I didn't plant any of these sweet potatoes, they just come up year after year. The ones in the totes I planted, but these ones, so they're taking up a bit of my garden, but I love sweet potatoes, so I'm happy to keep them. The beans, we pulled off all the dried beans, the borlotti beans, and these ones are just green beans that I've actually been giving to the pigs, and think if they don't want them, they'll be in the ground, and they'll come up next year. But once the sweet potatoes are out, I'll plant broad beans here. But I've got a little bit of space. It's the gardening nightmare, isn't it? Finding out space. It doesn't matter how big your garden is, you've never got enough space. I'll start some broad beans along here. I've got some spinach growing under here, more brassicas under here, got some collies, broccoli, and one of my favourite herbs of all time, some beautiful coriander growing, another collie, and some lovely rocket that's actually doing beautiful, which we'll pick some of that today, but I've just got to keep everything covered, or else the little moths will get them. But some nice lettuce there. So it's looking good. Autumn is a great time in the garden. There's so much. We've still got our little, what do we call those?
Are they okra? Okra.
Yeah.
From Annie.
Yams, New Zealand yams, which we haven't harvested yet. I'm just letting them grow until they get bigger. In here, we've got some
Comfrey.
Yeah, comfrey, and these are what I call walking onions, but I got those, and you can pull those out and use them as a spring onion. You can see they just continue to grow, so they're actually quite a good onion to have. You can pull those out. My only celery plant that survived, and I'm trying to grow some more celery at the moment. So all our leek plants I let go to seed, and they just share their goodness and sort of come up everywhere really. Leeks, but, lots of carrots. We've got lots of carrots, lots of beetroot, and I've got some corn in the garden over here that I've planted specifically to keep the seed. It's a heritage corn called Jolly Roger, and hopefully I keep giving it a little bit of a hit so the tassels can hit the silks. Hopefully I can save this seed for our corn next year. There may not be enough of them, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think that the zucchinis have nearly done their dash, but we have had a lot of zucchinis.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty happy with it. I think there might be there's another one growing down
There's
here.
2 in there, sweet.
Oh, nice. There's one underneath there, isn't it? Oh, there is 2. It's covered by carrots. So that's the veggie garden. Just busy getting some brassicas ready to go in. Broad beans, peas. Still picking some green beans, and the rest of them I'll let go to seed. This squash looks like it can go out into the compost. Yeah, that's the garden. We're at the raised garden beds. This is the 3rd one. Just planted some garlic 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Arnie. That's in the peach tree, and that's come up. So I've done a couple of lines of garlic there, and then I've planted a couple of small rows in the main veggie patch. The tomatoes that were in here, this one can go to the chickens. It's looking a bit manky, isn't it? But lots of joey tomatoes in here too. There's a sweet potato. It's taken off. I need to do some tomato harvesting today. And the big malacca, I just picked the last one today actually. It's got a couple more left. And then I may, there's some green ones in there still. Whether or not they'll ripen up, but they may do. Behind you here, this bean that's going quite well, it's a haricot bean, or the other name for that is a navy bean, and my friend Linda gave me these beans, and they're what you use in baked beans. So I'm letting those, they're a dried bean. They're a big white dried bean. I've never grown those before. I tried them in the garden and they never come up, so they're looking good there actually. And then we have got a volunteer of something in here. Oh, this is what it is, look. I'll put this zucchini down, get my knife out of my pocket. Here it is here. And I have let this grow. I think it's mainly for the pigs or the chickens. Oh, look at it.
Oh.
It's not a zucchini and it's not a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin zucchini. The leaves look like a zucchini, but it just grows fat like that. It doesn't grow long and elongated like that zucchini. And it is bearing quite prolifically, so I'll just let that go.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few in there.
Yes, it's covering that up. But at the moment I don't need it for anything else until my brassicas come up a little bit. Lots of nice lettuce. Oh, more sweet potato in this garden. And here's another self-sown, which is a different one. The leaves actually look like a Kent pumpkin leaf, but I hadn't seen anything. But today there's a big flower with, oh look, some beautiful bees might be pollinating it, because the bottom of it looks like more like a pumpkin. It's round. So we'll see what comes of that. A little cauliflower poking its head through, whether that'll get big enough. And a few more tomatoes that are doing their dash, nearly done. A nice, I planted one San Marzano tomato in here and it's survived, so I'm getting some nice tomatoes off that. And our little invention that Robert's made out of some guttering, what do you call that, Dale?
Just a gutter guard.
Gutter guard to cover the little tiny brassicas that we put in. And so far it's working quite well because there's doesn't look like any new nibbles on that. So planted some snow peas along there. That one has not survived, but these ones look like they're doing okay. And these are beans that I'll dry. They're from my friend Annie. They're green beans to have in the summer. But we grew so many beans, we were sort of a bit over beans by the end of it, weren't we?
We were though,
Yeah.
but they were yummy. And lots of different types.
Got red things in the garden, you go, oh, it's a tomato, it's a strawberry.
There's another nice one down there.
Sometimes, because I didn't...
Salad for lunch.
Yeah. Oh, there's a big tomato in there.
Mm.
Oh, look at those big tomatoes. They're actually brandywine pinks that come from this one here, which is a big beefsteak one. Oh, that one can go over chickens. Here you go. Here you go, girls. Look. That one's all yucky. You get to have that one. I know, it's a bonus, isn't it? I love the garden in autumn. Autumn days are so beautiful because you're starting to get cooler mornings, but the days are still nice and warm. So these are the borlotti beans that I was telling you about we pulled, which is, when I bought them and they were called tongue of fire, but there's often a couple of different names for things, but borlotti beans, and they're a dried bean that we kept for the winter. I've still got some from last year, and they're the ones that I actually planted in the ground. I just took them out of the jar, planted a few in the ground, and we've got enough for this year. So we put them in soups and stews. So this year I'll have the black-eyed beans, the borlotti, and the haricot ones. So a few different beans, which is, you know, a great form of protein. So this is what I do at morning tea time when we have coffee. Fix my beans up.
We thought we'd leave the end of the video here with the introduction of, we don't know how many there are, we lost count, of some new baby chicks that we've just hatched.
We said on one of the last videos that was going to be the last lot we did, but on looking at the last lot we didn't get as many greys as we were hoping for, Araucanas, so blue egg layers. And half are always roosters, so we thought we'd give it another go while we had some eggs. And we've done pretty well this time. So far it looks like we've got 4 little grey ones. So hopefully there's a couple of ladies. But they're really cute. I'm just giving them a little bit of water so they know where their water is. We've got the heat lamp and the mama babe. Oh, I'll keep going. Oh, sorry, sweetie. There's some water. How many have we got so far?
8.
8. We didn't even count it. There's 2 still in the incubator.
What's that, 11? Oh no, 12.
There's more.
Oh, and there's more.
There's more. Actually, we've done pretty well, haven't we? What's the count?
Oh, 13.
And one more. There you go. Oh, sorry, sweetie, look. A bit. Get that out of the way. So very quickly, the meat bird brooder has turned into a little one-day layer brooder. We just cleaned it out, put all the shavings into the compost, took it outside, gave it a clean, sprayed it with some vinegar, and back in business.
And there's another 2 that have just hatched in the incubator, and along with another 3 or 4 eggs, was it?
So we know we've got another 2. We'll see how it goes. So until next time, we'll show you how they progress along. Thanks for joining us. See you back on the farm.